live from Hooper Stadium on the campus of Nevada Union High School. Touchdown Productions, celebrating our 13th exciting season of local high school sports television, is proud to present Nevada Union Minor Football. Tonight, your Nevada Union Miners open up the Delta Valley League play against the Valley Vikings. It's the Miners' first step to the league title. In the postseason, all the action starts right here, right now. It's your NorCal Game of the Week. The 2009 Delta Valley League schedule gets on track tonight as the Miners begin their quest for what will hopefully be another league title. Tonight's opponent, the Vikings from Valley High School. Good evening, football fans, wherever you are across our worldwide audience. Jim Adams tonight, the voice of Nevada Union Minor Football, joined by former NU running back Michael Strong, our director in the Commander 2, Gil Dominguez, and of course the rest of the Touchdown Productions sports team here on hand for this exciting league home opener.
That's right, Jimmy. The preseason is officially over, and all the rest of the games count towards the league title and the shot at the playoffs. The Miners finished the preseason with a 4-1 record, and except that misstep at Rockland, the Miners could easily be undefeated at 5-0.
Miners have an explosive offense. We've already seen that in the preseason, and it has produced big numbers so far, scoring 204 points in 5 games while allowing only 98. They've had good output from players like the surprising Jason Slade, Brogan Jantz, Dan Pettinato, and tonight they look to get many more Miners in the play and perhaps in the scoring column, Michael.
Yes, that's definitely what they're looking for. And for the Valley Vikings, they're looking for their first win of the season, which could be a tall order against this stingy Miner defense, who could very easily pitch another shutout tonight. But the Miners do not want to get caught up looking ahead to next week's game again at Franklin, who is in second place in the preseason DVL rankings. So they must continue to focus on each down and take each game one at a time as they play through this tough league.
And as we have been telling you all year long, we have 2 football telecasts for you each week, and all our games can be seen on the internet at www.nevadacountytv.org, both streaming live and on demand. When we come back, we'll talk about tonight's contest after we remind you that you are watching exclusive coverage of Nevada Union Minor Football on the Touchdown Productions Sports Network.
Gold and silver are more important as a part of your investment portfolio more now than ever before. There's inflationary pressures. China alone could push the gold price more than double from $1,000 to $2,000 an ounce. Hi, my name is Jason Hommel and welcome to the JH Mint. Here at the JH Mint we have all sorts of gold and silver. We have about 200 ounces of gold. We have about 20,000 ounces of silver or more in stock. We also assay or scrap gold jewelry and placer gold, and we will be here for all of your gold and silver investing needs Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Mike Bratton is the neighbor you can count on for your most important insurance decisions, 24 hours a day.
The first step begins with a phone call. Hi, I'm Mike Bratton, your good neighbor State Farm agent, and I look forward to hearing from you. Since 1984, my team and I have been educating clients and developing long-term relationships through personalized and professional guidance on their insurance programs. We will put you in the driver's seat and strive to enhance each encounter you have with us.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Your car or truck is an extension of your personality. Chuck Cavros knows this, so Top This delivers truck and auto attitude every day with in-store displays featuring thousands of products from WeatherGuard, DZ, bracket truck racks, along with a large selection of aftermarket performance products, all from the top manufacturers. So give your car or truck the attitude it deserves at Top This Truck and Auto Accessories. Purchasing a used car is better for the environment than buying a new one. That's right, the energy it takes to create a new automobile versus one already built is substantial. So when you choose a used vehicle from Keith Kerwin and Todd Slover, you're helping the environment by consuming less energy. At Pioneer Motors, every car is hand-picked, Carfax checked, inspected, and detailed. Pioneer Motors, 1611 Main Street in Grass Valley. Bob and Kurt Pinkham have been serving your carpet needs in Grass Valley since 1977. That's over 50 years of experience. Their new 3,500 square foot showroom is stuffed with the latest designs in carpet, vinyl, hardwood, and ceramic tile flooring products from all the top manufacturers, with many products in stock in their huge 3,500 square foot warehouse. It's Bob's Discount Carpet in Grass Valley.
Welcome back, and we'd like to remind you that this broadcast is also brought to you by Touchdown Productions, celebrating our 13th season of sports television, featuring during the football season for the first time ever every weekend a doubleheader. We'll see Bear River or Placer or Nevada Union all throughout the season, part of our doubleheader, doubling our coverage for double the pleasure for Nevada County and Placer County. So tonight, Michael, here we are, a game that on paper looks like a total mismatch. We have a team in Valley who on the season has scored a mere 28 points. Miners have not scored that in one game. They've scored far more than that in one game. And this is a team that the Miners have blown out every season since they've joined the league. And 06 was the closest one, 41-28. So we'll see how this unfolds. Let's talk a little bit more about the Miners after we look at the Delta Valley League. Miners have 4-1 record, the best one, Franklin, the opponent next week at 2-3, and then kind of the bottom falls out.
Well, it's interesting, this league who has been so good throughout the years. You wonder who they scheduled in the preseason. Laguna Creek is a surprise, last year's league champs. Elk Grove is another surprise. Valley was a little bit expected. They've been on a downer the last maybe 6-7 years or so, and then Franklin as well at 2-3, another good football team that is below 500. So for Nevada Union, who has done pretty well so far the preseason.
Let's look at the Pioneer Valley League, and we see that Placer is at 5-0 overall, 2-0 in league, and there you see Lincoln with an identical schedule. So when those two tangle, that will provide probably the winner of the Placer Valley League, the Pioneer Valley League, and then Colfax at 1-1, 3-2. And then we look down there at Bear River at 0-1, 3-2. Marty Mortensen and Paul Brown to bring you their contests every week as Michael and I cover Nevada Union. So that kind of gives you an update. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about Valley and a little bit more about this matchup tonight. You are watching exclusive coverage of Nevada Union football on the Touchdown Productions Sports Network.
You're always close by your neighborhood Ace Hardware in Auburn, located on Highway 49 at Luther Road and locally owned and operated for the past 12 years by Mike Ryan and his family. Neighborhood Ace has teamed up with the buying power of Ace Hardware to bring you the largest selection of products for your home and business. And at Neighborhood Ace, they're always ready to talk about the latest Hillman victory at Neighborhood Ace Hardware.
The Painter family has been taking care of feeding Nevada County families since 1959. And in October, we'll celebrate 50 years of service to you. At both locations of SPD, you'll always find USDA choice beef and a full-service meat department, a complete deli section, produce department, post office, and everything else that makes SPD so special. SPD Markets, hometown proud, where your neighbors shop.
Personal trainer Michael Strong has a new way for you to be healthy. It's GetFitRight.net, the personal trainer that comes to you. Speed, strength, agility, and stamina can all be increased with regular workouts, and Michael Strong tailors each one to you. So be healthy with the help of Michael Strong and
GetFitRight.net. Woo!
In Grass Valley. Chan, Moon, and Kirschbaum welcome you to their Grass Valley location. Using OptiMap technology, Chan, Moon, and Kirschbaum offer complete eye examinations and can treat any eye condition. They then fill your prescription and grind your lenses in-house, offering a wide selection of frames and contacts. Chan, Moon, and Kirschbaum, protecting your most precious gift of sight. 360 Sierra College Drive, Grass Valley. The Hauser family reminds you if it's round, rubber, and it rolls, then you're sure to find it at Plaza Tire and Auto Service. From regular car and truck tires to small specialty tires for your trailers and golf carts, you can trust Plaza Tire has the tire for you. They stake their reputations on it every day. Plaza Tire and Auto Service. Auto repair done on your schedule, not theirs, in Penn Valley, Nevada City, and in Colfax.
Want to remind you that this broadcast is also brought to you by Hanson Brothers Enterprises. Hanson Brothers Colfax is ready to help you beautify your outdoor world. At Hanson Brothers Colfax, you'll find a selection of landscape and masonry products, retaining walls and stepping stones. Now just added at Hanson Brothers Colfax is HBE Rentals. HBE is a full-service rental facility, just like the one in Grass Valley. Hanson Brothers in Colfax has everything for outdoor landscaping, and combined with HBE Rentals, they are proud to be part of the Colfax community and Hanson Brothers Enterprises.
And of course, by Touchdown Productions, we are celebrating our 13th season of exciting local sports television. It's our pleasure to be with you tonight. Jim Adams, voice of Nevada Union Football, along with Michael Strange, saying thanks for tuning in and making us the #1 sports telecast in the foothills. Remember, all of our Game of the Week telecasts since 1997 are available on DVD. From football to volleyball, they're all great sports moments produced by Touchdown Productions, now seen streaming all over the world at www.nevadacountytv.org. Hey, two choices. Just click on Watch NCTV Now or On Demand for the latest broadcast schedule for your NorCal Game of the Week. So, Michael, here we are just moments before kickoff, and Valley, Nevada Union, give us a breakdown on it.
Well, what we're going to look for tonight is how fluent the offense will run for Nevada Union. This is a great chance to work mentally on the game as far as penalties and just really having a crisp offense against this Valley defense, who I don't think is going to have much support in stopping the offense. Like we talked about, Valley has been down these last few years, and Nevada Union has really rolled on them. So for Nevada Union tonight, it's just work on the mental aspect of the game, making sure your plays are right, you're doing what you're supposed to do, and keeping away from the penalties, which we've seen all season.
Assuredly, Nevada Union looking for efficiency, and Michael, we talked about it, cutting down on the penalties. They've been shooting themselves in the foot in some situations, and they need to cut that down. And I think the coaches are looking not only for some balance, but a clean, well-executed game. Now, this should be a contest where the first string, the second string, the third string all get good playing time tonight.
Yeah, I would say that's definitely going to happen. And again, with the penalties, we talked about if NU runs into a pretty strong team, those penalties will come back to haunt them. So a game like this, you really have to focus, especially with Valley. Who knows what might happen if they lose their cool once they go down early, and hopefully Nevada Union doesn't buy into what they're doing as well with the jabbering back and forth. But like we said, penalties is something that NU needs to work on. It's something that's hurt them for the most part of the season.
What you're probably not going to see tonight is for the Miners to showcase their total offense. The fact of the matter is that the weapons that they really need to show probably won't come out in tonight's game. Watch for this game to probably have a margin of 40-point victory for Nevada Union, and that may even be conservative. The JV game that recently ended in the Miners winning 62-0, and as we look down on the field, the interesting part about it too, talk about the Miners offense. There's Connor Maloney. The ball's at the 40-yard line, and he's done well. He just missed that one, but he's done a pretty good job of drilling 50-yard field goals here in the warm-ups. Dave Humphers, prior to the game, said, I want to see concentration tonight, no blocks in the back, think while on your feet, no offsides, minimize the penalties, and attack Valley. And I wouldn't be surprised if Dave looked to getting that second string in the second quarter.
It wouldn't be surprising if they're able to. Again, Nevada Union, who has done so well offensively this year and has really been dominant throughout the entire time, and they're going up against the Valley team, who isn't a very big squad. If you look at it, they might have one 2 strings at most. Not a lot of options for them, as opposed to Nevada Union, who's got plenty of players to go around. So for Valley tonight, you want to try to do the best you can in trying to somewhat contain the offense of Nevada Union. But all in all, I think Nevada Union is going to have a pretty good game tonight.
The Vikings have dressed 28 players tonight. They have posted 24 points on the season, while giving up 205. In contrast, they'll face a minor team that has given up 98 points and has scored 204, so almost a flip-flop of numbers. Their offense, the Viking offense, is going to revolve around 6'2", 195-pound quarterback Savon Jones. Most of the offense will run through him. He has a tall task tonight. He's completed 36 passes for 331 yards, and he has scored all 3 of the team's touchdowns. The team has scored 3 touchdowns in the preseason. On defense, the Vikings are led by 6'2", 220-pound Sivihia Fanau, who has averaged 11 tackles per game. And, I would have to say this, Michael. If you like to see Nevada Union score and score regularly, this may very well be the game for you tonight.
Yes, and I mean, with each game that Nevada Union plays, you're going to see a lot of scoring. Tonight, probably going to see even more scoring after what we saw just in the JV game, who had, I believe, a 70-0 win. So it's not promising. Even though JV and varsity are different, I have a feeling that it's going to be a lot like that.
Talked to Coach Keith before the game, and he said that the Vikings have a good lineup. They look on paper like they should be better, but on the season they only have 500 yards of total offense. They average 111 yards per game, very, very low. And perhaps as the game goes on, one of the fears might be Valley's discipline. And the Miners have said, let's not take them lightly, let's execute. You're probably going to see, at least initially, a mixing of the passing game. Got to chat with Brogan Jantz before the game, and I think he indicated maybe a few series of passes, and then if the Miners can, which they probably will, they're going to keep that game on the ground. So, another night of minor football. We're opening the season this week. The Delta Valley League is very interesting. It's going to be very interesting to see how it shapes up, let's say, by week 3. So for the Miners, they get to open here at home tonight. Next week's game, a Saturday matchup at Consumnes College, so a little bit different. Consumnes Oaks High School, and you will see the game. The game will start on Saturday night at 7 o'clock. So we will have that game on Sunday along our network of stations. Normally we fit the Miners in on Saturday night, not possible next week. We will have it on Sunday. So looking for a entertaining game here tonight as the Miners open up the Delta Valley League schedule here at Hooper Stadium against their opponent from Valley. Both teams out there on the field, and they're awaiting the Nevada Union Choir, which I think is having perhaps a few technical problems. I see Steve Pilcher there working with the microphone along with choir director Baggett, so not starting off on the right foot, but the JV game ended very early tonight. They had a running clock really from the middle of the third quarter on, so it got over with early, and these teams have been out on the field for probably about 20-25 minutes preparing for tonight's contest. Yet to have the coin toss.
We did have the coin toss.
Oh,
they have the coin toss.
And the Miners will be kicking off. They will be deferring until the second half. And so here is the Nevada Union Choir, our national anthem.
And let's welcome, singing our national anthem tonight under the direction of Mr. Ron Baggett. Let's welcome your 2009-2010 Nevada Union Miners Choir.
They can you see my the dawn's early light, but so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that the flag was still there. Oh, say does that spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
The men's chorus tonight, and thanks to Lynn Dominguez for getting that microphone right down there in the mix. We're just about ready for football here at Hooper Stadium. We've watched the preseason. We've seen the Miners go 4-1. Their only blemish, a loss at Rockland, in a game where perhaps they did not play their best, but now it starts for real time, and this is what leads to what will hopefully be a spot in the postseason and a run towards the sectional championship. Nevada Union having one of their better teams this year. They've been very good on execution. Their depth is excellent, and it will be interesting to see the game that they play tonight to open it up. I watch for perhaps the second string to be out by the middle of the second quarter. Cody Long, who suffered a concussion 2 weeks ago, he will play very sparingly, and the Miners were kind of further in dismay when last week they lost one of their linemen when Jake Arnold fractured his ankle. He expects to be out, unfortunately, the rest of the season. And Harris Volheim will fill in the vacancy at right tackle. And although Cody Long is expected to play some tonight, labeled by some as the best lineman for Nevada Union this year, he will not be back next week. But here, we're just about ready to start it off.
A little bit of a ball trick, as you can see. Ball decided to fall off the tee on that one. Looks like we're going to have to restart that.
And so again, Connor Maloney to get this game underway.
Didn't feel a hint of the wind at all. Maybe it just decided to swoop down and knock it off.
Well, maybe it's the way that Connor puts it on the tee sometimes too, but here we go. High, deep, into the end zone. It'll be a touchback.
Well, nothing new for Connor, as we've seen that all season. And that was actually a real line drive kick.
It was.
It had some heat on it.
Right over the head of Andre Bobbitt, who was back along with Tommy Hartway.
Interesting that Justin Fike is not going to start at cornerback tonight. They're going to have Kraus, and it looks like Senna will be starting at corners along with Beer Temple as a safety.
So here we go. Jones brings up his offense. Under center. Deep snap, handoff, coming around here on the right side, but trips up and falls. And the Miners move in real quickly to finish it off. And Tommy Hartway with the first carry for the Valley Vikings.
And just a little sweep play, and Beer Temple is going to fill in the hole nicely and trip him up. And not a good start if you're Valley with a 2-yard loss. And for Nevada Union, exactly what they want to see from their defense tonight, as they're looking to get another shutout here early in this season.
Hartway again. Back with quarterback Jones. Jones starts to go left, but is dragged down at about the 10-yard line. So a beautiful tackle by Luca Fisterol.
And a great job by Fisterol to get off his block, get the penetration into the backfield. As you can see, the quarterback had 2 blockers for him. He battled through both of them and made the tackle, and now Valley's looking at a 3rd and very long, and for them to see if they're going to open up the passing game a little bit. Now, as we can see, Brogan Jans is in at safety for Nevada Union. That's an interesting call.
It is, 3rd and 17.
Beer Temple has moved up to outside linebacker.
And the ball is snapped, thrown over the middle, a completion, and a nice gain on the play. Close to a first down, but not quite there, and they will have to punt from about the 26-yard line.
And the quarterback, Brogan Jantz, coming up with the tackle. Good play there by Valley, using the speed of Nevada Union and their pass rush against them by running a little screen play, wide receiver screen up the middle. So, Valley, that's a good play for them, something to keep in their back pockets to use later in the game.
Beer Temple back with Eric Niederberger. And so we'll see which direction this one comes. Deep snap over his head. He will try to get it away, but he's going to have to run. Gets by the first man, thinks about kicking it, but the Miners will have the ball inside the 20 for their first series.
Unfortunate mishap for Valley, as it was just a bad snap over his head. Nevada Union doing a good job of containing him, and they're going to get the ball here in the red zone to start off, and for Valley, just not the start that you're looking for in this game whatsoever. You want to build a little bit of momentum if you can, and that just gave everything back to Nevada Union, as they're going to look to score and put up a quick 6.
You probably will not see Brogan Jans passing a great deal tonight, but watch for him to possibly come out on this first play with one of the passes we'll see tonight. Fades to the left, nobody there. He's going to run with it. Gets by the first man, gets by the second man, and is taken out of bounds and tackled hard at about the 6-yard line.
Got a good block by Daniel Petnato on, looks like number 1, Fineu, to help Brogan get a few more yards. And actually, speaking about the passing game for Nevada Union, in the section, Brogan is actually ranked, I believe, 7th among quarterbacks in passing yards. So it's not something that you see too often from a Nevada Union quarterback.
Direct snapped out to Hoskins. He hands off over on the right side. This one will go. Touchdown Miners! Jason Slade.
Just a simple, sweet play by Nevada Union. There's no outside containment for Valley, and Slade, just a nice, easy run, untouched into the end zone. Nevada Union up 6-0, and we're only a couple minutes into this first quarter.
Watch for tonight a little bit of a change, that you'll see a number of plays in the playbook where the snap does not go to Brogan Jans. On most of those plays, Drew Hoskin will be the designated quarterback, spotted, kicked, and good. So we're only 2 minutes and 25 seconds into this game. A look at the scoreboard. 9:35 to go. First quarter, Nevada Union 7, Valley nothing. Well, I'd like to say that was an impressive drive, Michael, but here's how it's capped off.
Yeah, and just a Wildcat version for Nevada Union, as it's just going to be a sweep to Slade. Again, there's just no outside containment whatsoever, and Slade showing some good speed as he got around Fineu on that one. So Nevada Union, I think this is what we're going to see throughout most of the night. A mix-up of the plays, more of the run. Probably don't want to show too much on film for other teams, and they're going to execute rather well against this Valley defense.
So the Miners right out of the chute, they kick the ball off. They take the ball back at the 18, and in 2 plays, they score. So only a 2-play scoring drive, and Maloney, who may get a lot of action for his right leg tonight, will be kicking off here.
You just wonder when the varsity will go to a running clock in this game.
Bobbitt and Hartway deep again for the Vikings. High and deep and into the end zone for a touchback.
Another strong kick by Connor, and Nevada Union defense coming back out to looking to shut down once again this Valley offense that hasn't really been able to get anything going this year at all. And again, that first drive just didn't sit well with them. It didn't look good at all as they lost yardage for the majority of the plays other than that little screen pass.
Well, you know, Michael, a bad sign is that they've only had 3 touchdowns. A worse sign is that they've all been scored by the quarterback. So Jones back in shotgun. And there is a snap and a fumble on the snap, but he takes it back at about the 10-yard line. So about a 10-yard loss on the very first play from scrimmage.
And the ball just slipped out of his hands and it came back to him, and we're seeing the little mishaps for Valley. Bad snap on the punt, bad snap on this first play, and they are already in a hole in 2nd and long. And, you know, that's a pretty easy yardage that you give up to the Nevada Union defense, which is already going to be a task to score on for them.
9-yard loss on the play, 2nd down and 19, again in the shotgun. Handoff up the middle, but just nothing there for Hartway. And let's take a look at one of the mishaps here in punt formation.
On the carry for the Vikings, number 5, Tommy Hartway.
A very, very high snap, and he does a good job of trying to recover and get a little bit of the yardage back. But, I mean, that snap was extremely high. There was no chance of him even touching the ball on that one.
And so a 3rd down and, we'll call it 17 now. Man in motion, another bad snap. Back to pass, throws on over the middle. Surprised it wasn't intercepted, but I think there's going to be a personal foul there on a late hit by Nevada Union, but no flag comes up. That seemed pretty late, Michael.
It seemed like it was going to be. Maybe the ball was still in the air off by an inch, half-inch from the ground, and then
what
you
a
hit him.
slow developing play, though.
It looked like it was going to be that screen play again, and Nevada Union was actually waiting for it. But again, a bad snap by Valley, and it's just...
You know, Michael, how can that happen for any team that practices in so many sequences? See what happens here. Here comes the rush. Gets it away. Takes a bounce. Picking it up is Beer Temple. I don't think he's going to get away from there. And the Miners will take up shop in their own territory at about the 44-yard line.
And Valley, who seems to have that shotgun formation and they run it quite a bit, you wouldn't necessarily think that they're going to have that many mishaps in a game. I mean, 2 bad snaps so far, not something that is expected when you practice day after day after day, and it's not wet out here. It's a very dry field. We had rain maybe 3 days ago.
But this field dries up nicely.
Exactly.
I mean, you're going to have good runoff, but that's what it's going to be, is runoff. So here we go. Man in motion is Slade. Fakes it to Slade. Hoskin again on that wildcat. Takes the snap and goes down to about the 40-yard line. May see a lot of those formations tonight.
Yeah, and it seems to be from the highest level, everybody has adopted the wildcat, starting with the Miami Dolphins, and you've seen it trickled throughout. And yeah, I even run it with my flag football team. We run a wildcat. So, I mean, it's in all areas and phases of the game from the highest level through high school.
So Slade back in the backfield, and a flag now comes in. Michael, how did your flag junior high school team do this year?
You know, we did pretty well. We finished the season at 8-1. We played Seven Hills today, which with the win, if we would have lost, it would have been a shared championship. Instead, we won it outright, which was great. It was 20-14 game.
There you go, over the middle, complete to Pettinato. Gets by the first man and gets a first down at about the 30-yard line.
And just a nice button hook by Pettinato. Makes a great catch. Brogan sees him in the open, hits him. And a good job of getting upfield as well to get a few more yards.
So Dan Pettinato, a real horse for Nevada Union this year. A great job on both sides of the ball. So another first down. Jance again to throw over the middle. Should have had it, but incomplete. Chappell, the intended receiver, but it went right through his hands.
And you know that's going to haunt Duncan because he is actually an exceptionally good receiver for this Nevada Union team. Really prides himself when he catches the ball. You know, as you're the split end in this offense, you tend to be one of the few wide receivers. So, you know, he's going to be a little angry about that one, knowing that he makes those catches rather easily.
Brings up a 2nd down and 10. Slade again, the single back. but he's the one who will take the pitch on the option. Slade finding his hole, and he gets about a 7-yard gain on the play. That is going to make it a 3rd down and 3.
And a good little play, option play in Brogan, as you can see there. He actually pitched it a little bit early because he wanted to get out and hit somebody. He wanted to be a little bit of the lead blocker there for Hoskins, or was it Slade?
Slade, who has really solidified his position in the backfield, takes that ball, runs for a 1st down and then some, gets inside the 20, so the Miners, for their 2nd straight possession, invade the red zone.
And he's a tough, hard runner. Not exactly a big player, but he plays big.
Zach Chambers. 1st down, Miners.
So that'll make it 1st and 10. Back to pass, has a man wide open, completion to Chappell, and he's in for a touchdown!
And a great throw by Brogan. It was just a simple out route. Hit him on the run, and he had enough space to get around that corner, and the Valley defender could not bring him down as he's able to score the touchdown. Nevada Union 13-0 lead, and again, not surprising. This is what we expected from this Nevada Union offense, which is so good.
Perfectly thrown ball. Chappell there for the touchdown. Connor Maloney with the extra point, and a look at the scoreboard with 5:57 to go in the 1st quarter. Nevada Union out to a 14-0 lead. And let's take a look at that. This is going to be a perfect angle to see it.
And just wide open. I mean, the nearest defender was 5 yards away. As you see, give a little stiff arm there. Break through that arm tackle. And just an easy touchdown for Nevada Union. Another solid drive. This one they got to start off at least near the 50-yard line. But a good drive. They ran each play extremely well. Didn't have a loss of yardage. I think they only had 1 penalty on that one as well.
In the junior varsity game, the score at halftime was 41-0. And for the Miners, the first 2 drives, we are halfway into the 1st quarter, and the Miners have already 14 points. So Hardaway and Bobbitt deep for the Vikings. And Connor Maloney just about ready to get it off here. There we go. High and deep, and again through the end zone for a touchback. Bobbitt tried to catch it in the field of play, but just too deep. Maloney's on tonight.
He is, and you wonder if he ever gets tired. I mean, that leg is just so strong. I mean, to be able to boot it like he does consistently, it's not 1 out of every 2 or 3. It seems to be every time he's able to hit the end zone.
Well, it does. He's definitely a strong offensive weapon for Nevada Union this season. Look over there at his mom, Kelly Maloney, down there in the stands. So 1st and 10 here for the Vikings. Again, take up on the 20-yard line. Gives it to the first man through. I believe that was Hartway. And a short gain on the play of about 2 will bring up a 2nd down and 8.
And Nevada Union's defense has been extremely strong against the run all season. Another good play, a good push up front to hold them to only a 2-yard gain.
So a 2nd down. Hartway again in the backfield with Savon Jones. Gives it to Hartway again, up the middle, but hits the minor line. A flag flies in. And it will be interesting to see whether we have perhaps a face mask here or a hold against the Vikings. Signaling that it is against the Vikings, so let's see what we've got. Oh, it's against Nevada Union.
I believe they called a helmet-to-helmet, I believe is what that is. And that'll be looks like I think it's a personal foul, 15 yards, and an automatic 1st down. We got Steve Valley's first down tonight. Now we talked about Nevada Union's the penalties. They're trying to eliminate those or at least cut them down a little bit. And again, we're still seeing those personal fouls.
I'd like to see a replay on that. Pretty difficult to avoid a helmet-to-helmet on a running play like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's a sweep to this side, carrying the ball, Aston Johnson. Johnson gets a short gain, and that flag came in quick.
It did.
And almost before the play was over, that flag was in there.
It was instant. I mean, like you said, most runners who run with their head down trying to bowl somebody, I couldn't imagine that they're intentionally trying to helmet. Obviously, you see it with pass plays, a defenseless receiver, and you lead with your helmet. But that's interesting to see it on a run play.
So second down becomes a third down and 8. And man in motion is Paul Pinkard. And there's a bad snap again. Goes back, and they'll have to just fall on it inside the 30-yard line at about the 28, and that will bring up a fourth down.
And it looked like the timing was off on that one for Valley. As you can see, the receiver almost slowed up, waiting for this ball to be snapped, and he ended up running by, and there's a lot of confusion on that play, and then it looked like the quarterback didn't even see the snap coming, and again, just another bad snap. I believe that's the 6th one tonight for Valley.
And let's put it in perspective, the 6th one in the first 9 minutes of the game.
Yeah, I mean, that is not good if you're Valley right now. I mean, now you're looking at a 3rd and long when you started off on the personal foul, 1st and 10. Maybe you get something going, but not at all.
So 3rd and long. Man in motion. Back to pass. Throws it over the middle. That's going to be an incompletion.
And, even that snap didn't look crisp. I mean, maybe Valley's dealing with a different center tonight. That could be the problem, but just not. Michael, all around it doesn't look good for this Valley offense.
Not that I want to criticize any team that the Miners play, but how in the 6th game of the season is the snap still such a problem?
I mean, I don't understand that at all. I mean, this is something that you practice every day. This is your offense, and it's amazing to see it.
So punt formation. Let's see how this one goes. That one is high, and that one is fumbled. Miners in, tackle, and there goes the ball. The ball goes flying towards the far sideline.
And, actually, he was trying to make a smart play by throwing it into the end zone and out the back of it, hoping for a safety. Instead, he throws it out of bounds, and Nevada Union's going to get it within the 5-yard line mark.
Let's take a look at this one, Michael.
Yeah, it looks like they're setting up the screen pass once again, and just didn't really get there. Didn't get it, and Fike made a good play by staying with the receiver and making sure they didn't catch it. So again, though, Nevada Union starting off in the red zone of Valleys off of 2 bad punt snaps.
The super red zone at about the, looks like at about the 6. Back is Jantz. He's looking towards the back of the end zone. He's going to really have to scamper now. Being pursued by a couple of Vikings, and that ball goes incomplete.
A good job by Brogan to avoid the rush. Nothing open at the beginning, bought himself some time, and at least if you're going to throw it, you make sure only your guy can catch it and not the other team. But still in good field position for Nevada Union at the 4-yard line.
So 2nd down and goal from the 4.
I think Nevada Union's going to go to Vallejo.
Up the middle. Touchdown Miners. Zach Vallejo.
No, actually,
that was Dan Agnes.
Yeah, that was Dan Agnes. They went the fake to Vallejo. Usually he's the one who gets it in the short yardage. They faked it to Vallejo and gave it to Agnes. And a nice, good run as there's a huge hole for him to run through. Nevada Union's offensive line doing a great job providing gaps for their running backs to run through.
So that will make it 20-0. Connor Maloney puts the exclamation on it and makes it 21-0. So a look at the scoreboard with 2 minutes, 55 seconds to play in the first quarter. Nevada Union leads 21-0. Let's take a look at a couple of the facts here. Nevada Union has only. Well, let's take a look, I guess, at the touchdown here first.
Yeah, it's just going to be a fake up the middle, and looks like it's going to be the jack play, and just coming right through, just a huge hole. Nobody there. I mean, by the time they tackle him, he's already 5 yards deep into the end zone. Good job by Nevada Union and this offense putting up 21 points, but Valley has just shot themselves in the foot. 2 bad punt snaps that left Nevada Union with the ball in their red zone. So Nevada Union really has only had 1 drive where they started, I believe, at the 48-yard line, and that was a good drive.
But that was a 48-yard line of Valley.
Exactly. So, I mean, they've started
then 1 drive
3.
inside the 20 and 1's drive inside the 10.
Exactly. So 3 drives for Nevada Union has started in Valley's territory, and hopefully Valley can get their snaps down, because that has just looked unbelievable tonight with those. You talked about you don't want to criticize too much, but you just expect when you practice over and over not to have those little mishaps such as a bad snap.
So if Maloney were to get leg weary, this may be the game.
They might have to bring in a backup kicker.
I was hoping he'd get some field goal tries, but with the way the Miners are playing, there may not be an opportunity for a field goal. But here we go, kicking off again. This one high and deep again, and a little bit of miscommunication between the 2 receivers, Tommy Hartway and Andre Bobbitt, and it goes out of the end zone. So 4 straight series where the Vikings begin on the 20-yard line. Their only first down of the game here with 2:55 left in the first quarter, coming only via a first down on a helmet-to-helmet hit by Nevada Union. So Jones back again. Hartway to his left. Man in motion. Hartway takes it. Maybe perhaps a little bit of a gain. Might have gotten a yard.
And Nevada Union, knowing every play that Valley is going to run, they're easily stopping this Valley offense. And for Valley, you want to look for some kind of momentum, something to get your offense going. We thought maybe the penalty on the last series would help them and they can put together a drive, but we just haven't seen anything with the bad snaps, and just plays are getting blown up in the backfield by the Nevada Union defensive line.
So 2nd down and 9. Jones again. Looks to pass, throws over the middle, incomplete. And that was a huge hit. I was surprised, Michael, that one did not draw a flag.
See, and that was my thought exactly. That looked a little bit more helmet to helmet. Maybe he got it more in the chest. It just looked a little bit more, but at the same time,
let's take a look at this.
A great hit.
Gil, run this one in slow motion. Let's watch it.
I mean, this is a great, great hit. He kind of left his receiver out. I mean, just gets punished.
Whoa.
I mean, he went straight to his back. I mean, that was a huge, huge hit. Looks like by
Zach
Juan Espinoza.
Yeah, so Espinoza
putting a great, great hit. And again, when you talk Nevada Union, you want to talk about intense practices, intense games. You are going to get hit. And I can remember some of our games. Again, just boom, just a great, great hit. And he actually had the ball for a split second until he got hit.
He did. I mean,
Espinoza jarred that loose. And like I said, like I was talking about, the intensity in practices, the Nevada Union goes through what they call pits, where it's just hard hitting action, defense versus the offense. So it's high intensity when you come into these games and you're playing Nevada Union. You got to be prepared that if you don't have your head on a swivel, you're going to get hit.
Well, and Espinoza's watched that ball settle in and just was able to go in and just nail him. So that'll make it a 3rd down now and 9. Man in motion. You wonder if anybody will want to attempt a pass reception after that one.
Well, I'd be definitely a little worried going over the middle.
Dead ball foul. Unsportsmanlike conduct.
That's an interesting call. I wonder who they called it on.
Penalties against Miners, unsportsmanlike conduct.
Well,
First down, Vikings.
I don't know what that's about, but I will say this: in the preceding weeks to this contest, the Miners have incurred some very thin-skinned, zany fouls at the hands of the officiating team, and I'd like to hear an explanation of that one. Man went into forward motion before the play started, and yet no flag went down on the play, and that's a nice gain for their first offensive first down that was not aided by a penalty.
A great play by Valley, just a little bubble screen, as you saw on that one, and Fanu. He had some good speed for being 6 foot, 220 pounds. And a nice little good play for the Valley Vikings.
1:34 left to go. First quarter.
Got a little clarification. Zach Vallejo apparently was calling shifts, and they believed that that was a lack of sportsmanship because it was interrupting the call of Valley. Back to pass, throws on over here. That will be incomplete.
Incomplete pass, calls intent for number 81, Robbie Agnew.
So for the first time, the Vikings in Miners territory. They venture to the 49 of Nevada Union. And Dave Humphers here on the near side, I'd sure like to get a shot of it. He's having a very serious conversation with one of the officials. There's something back there on the field. Referee is picking it up and bringing it on over to the sideline.
I believe it was Fanu's hair. I don't know if he was wearing a wig or not.
So, second down, sweep to the left side. Gets 4 yards. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 6. And they give him an extra yard, so they'll put it at the, instead of the 45, they'll put it at the 44.
Bobbitt took another lick on that play. 3rd and 5, let's see what Valley's able to do. The first time I believe that they've seen 3rd down at this short of a distance. You'd like to see him open up the playbook. Wouldn't be surprised if they go to Fanu again. You know, he's a pretty big, almost tight end. He's playing the slot right now. But
probably
a big player
4-down territory, too. And another one. That one, Miners will probably... Nope, Miners did not get it. But it will be a loss back to the original line of scrimmage, or the line of scrimmage where this series started. And that'll be a 4th down and 10.
And the snap actually hit the receiver in motion. And again...
Hit him right in the helmet.
That is number 7 tonight on bad snaps. That is amazing. I don't know what exactly is happening out there. As we can take a look, it just hits him right in the helmet. And Pinato almost came up with the fumble, but looks like Valley's going to settle for a punt.
So see if there's a return. Another bad snap, but before the snap, the whistle blew, and that's because it was the end of the first quarter. So we've got the first quarter in the book here from Hooper Stadium. Nevada Union leads 21-0. Their first shot at league play here in the Delta Valley League, and I guess, Michael, maybe a little bit less even than, a little bit poorer than we expected here in the first quarter.
Yeah, and again, the bad snaps from Valley has just been terrible, and now they have an opportunity to somewhat pin the Nevada Union offense deep in their territory, maybe start at the 20-yard line, or maybe a little further back than that, but hopefully they can at least get the snap down, because if they have a bad snap right here, it's just going to be another start for Nevada Union in their territory on a short field. So again, I'm at all right now. It's very hard to explain to people. It's not something that you see, bad snaps like this, even at this level. You don't expect to see it. But maybe this will be an opportunity for Nevada Union and their special teams, which has done pretty well this year. Maybe they can set up a return with Beer Temple and Niederberger back deep.
So a 4th and 10 to start off the second quarter, but you're kind of at a point where you really don't know what it will bring. Beer Temple and Eric Niederberger back to hopefully be able to return this, but the punt block team really anxious, and they almost get one there. But here will be Beer Temple. Fakes the handoff, but keeps the ball. Needs a block and gets it. Comes outside, and whoa! And they're going to throw a flag on that block. He will run for a touchdown, but this will be called back.
Unfortunate, because they actually had two great blocks, starting off with Chad Knight laying out a guy, and then Daniel Petnato providing another block, but I think they're going to get him either with a clip, or it even could be maybe a helmet-to-helmet.
Well, obviously that was not a clip, because that was face-to-face. However, there are two flags on the field. One of them could hypothetically be in the backfield of Valley, but let's see what happens here. And let's take a look, see if we can see both of these. Here's Beer Temple keeping the ball. He'll come right at us.
Your first block coming right into the picture by Chad Knight, which actually didn't need it. And there's no, it wasn't Chad Knight on that one. Chad Knight had the block before that. We're going to see, actually we couldn't see the Petnato, which is where they called the penalty. You know, if it wasn't a clip, you wonder if it was the helmet-to-helmet. Maybe they're stressing that a little bit more as they go into these games. A good job, though, by Beer Temple, seeing the lane, cutting back and forth, and taking it for a touchdown.
And interesting here, as Sivahiva Fanau comes out, and he's at the middle of the field. Maybe, Gil, you can get this at the 45-yard line, and he's having a conversation with the officials right now. And they're still tending to the player there.
It was actually Andre Bobbitt, the quarterback for Valley, who suffered the hit.
No, Andre Bobbitt, I see what, yeah. And so let's see what the calls are here. Will this play go over? Or is it a post-possession foul? Will the plays cancel themselves out? And yes, the Miners will have the ball. And that's going to be called, I believe, a helmet-to-helmet hit. And there's Chris Beer Temple kind of down there saying, hey, what happened here? What's going on?
Again, the second helmet-to-helmet. We haven't seen a helmet-to-helmet call all year until this game, so you just wonder, maybe...
Michael, from your vantage point, what is that player supposed to do? Is it too intense a hit? Should he have backed off a little, or what?
The rule is, if you lead with your helmet against a defenseless player. So on that one, you could make the argument that it was defenseless. But, you know, the one that we saw earlier wasn't. The running play, I don't think that's an intentional helmet-to-helmet. So, I don't know. That was we've seen this plenty of times with Nevada Union making big hits. They don't ever intend to hit a defenseless player. You know, they're not a dirty team. They don't play like that. So it's interesting to see these calls.
Slade in the backfield, but back to pass over the middle, and that's going to be a completion. This is Petnato. See if he can get a block. He goes outside, but a nice, probably touchdown-saving tackle over there by number 52, Josh Waters.
Great job by Petnato. The yards after the catch, the yak average, and that was a great job catching it almost in stride and being able to get upfield for another good 10, 15 yards. And he almost sprung that one for a big score.
So another first down for Nevada Union. Back to pass again, throws over and complete. Nice gain on the play by Eric Niederberger, still on his feet trying to get away. Finally taken down deep inside Viking territory at the 32-yard line.
A nice little swing pass to to Niederberger on that one, as he's able, again, the yards after the catch, getting good yardage after that, putting his head down and running hard.
And the officials really trying to keep this clock running on that play, even though it brought a first down. They kept the clock running to do it. Let's take a look at a replay of that one.
As you see, it's just going to be a fake to Niederberger, and he's going to roll right into the flats. Makes a good catch, even though he bobbled it at first, and a good run after it.
$10:21 to go in the second quarter. Nevada Union up 21-0. And again moving the ball. Man in motion, gives it to him. Another good gain for Nevada Union. And that was
Hopper?
Kirby Hopper. So Kirby Hopper seeing a little action there. Nice 7-yard gain. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 3. Nice article about Hopper a few weeks ago. Watch for a special story on him coming up soon. And here's Drew Hoskin. He breaks to the outside. He will score! Touchdown, Miners! Drew Hoskin.
And Nevada Union going with that Wildcat. This time faked it, and Drew kept it. Had a huge hole to the left side as he was able to then bounce it to the outside and get around the corner in the safety. And a big run, and just untouched as he made his way to the end zone. Nevada Union 27-0, and this is turning into a rout now.
Maloney on for the extra point. Spotted, kicked, and good. So a look at the scoreboard with 9 minutes, 34 seconds to go. In the second quarter, the Miners jump out to a 28-0 lead. And, saw a little bit of everything in that drive. We saw the Wildcat play. We saw Kirby Hopper get onto the stat sheet. And maybe let's take a look at that last play to end the drive.
As you can see, it's just going to be a fake to Hopper and a huge hole. Gets a couple of good lead blocks, cuts it to the outside. He has a few defenders in front of him. As you can see, it even faked our cameraman out as he went with Hopper, and Hoskins was able to go out through the left side for a touchdown.
So Maloney again to kick off. Has not allowed a return yet tonight. He will be kicking for the first time in the west to east direction. Bobbitt and Hartway back deep. Line drive, high and deep. This one will be returned. Here comes Bobbitt. Kind of tentative on the play. Makes it out to the 25-yard line and almost looking like, hey, I'll go down easily if you don't hit me hard.
I would think so. Yeah, I think he's fearing after that hit that he took from Petnato on that punt return.
Working his way out to the 25-yard line before he's met by number 57.
And the clock is running. 9:15 to go before halftime. Bobbitt in at quarterback. Takes that snap, handoff, up the middle, bullying his way through, I believe was Fanau.
And Fanau's been the best thing for Valley's offense. I would really try to get him involved as this game goes on, whether it be running the ball like you saw there or the little swing passes that he ran earlier.
And picks up 5 yards on the play. The first real challenge Nevada Union has had tonight. They've 2 of the 3 first downs for Valley have been via penalty. So a second down. Bobbitt with Fanau to his right. Fakes it. Going to take it himself and gets a few yards on the play. Close to a first down. Will bring up a 3rd down and 2.
A good lead block by Fanu on that one. And Bobbitt just followed Fanu right into the hole, and you could see a good first down, or a first down here by Valley as they look at 3rd and short. And you just hope that they don't have a bad snap, as it seems to be in these situations that has popped up.
And under center. First time we've seen that. And that ball looks like it gets no yardage at all. And that will bring up a 4th down. Fanal could not get it going, and a loss of a yard on the play makes it 4th down and 3.
Almost looked like he bobbled that one on the exchange to Fanu. Yeah, power to power, or when you're going to go up against Nevada Union, that defense, they've got some pretty big guys on that offensive line. I would have liked to see them stay with their spread offense to open it up a little bit, but it was pretty obvious that they were going to run it right into the defense, and Nevada Union was ready for it.
Miners need to stay on sides. And he kicks it towards the sideline, and that will go out. It looks like at about the 46-yard line of Nevada Union.
And what Valley has done is they've moved their punter up. He might be a little bit closer to Nevada Union's rush attack, but it gives the center not as far of a snap to have to execute. So you're seeing that, and they're almost doing a little bit of a rugby kick. He gets the snap and then kind of takes off and kicks.
So the Miners at the 47. Offense will take over from there. 2 receivers near side. Back to pass. Avoids the first one, decides he's going to run. Some good plus yardage there before he steps out of bounds at the 49-yard line of Valley.
A good job by Jans getting to the outside and getting around the corner to pick up a good 4 yards. Seeing that there's nothing there, didn't want to force anything, so he took off with the ball.
6 minutes to go exactly before halftime. 2nd down. Slade still in the backfield. Drew Hoskin here near side. Back to pass. Throws over for Chappell, and a nice catch by Drew Chappell. Duncan Chappell.
Duncan doing a nice job of going up and getting that ball. Looked like it was going to be high for a second, but able to get his hands up there and come down with the catch. And another first down for the Nevada Union offense. As you see here, Jant's just going to drop back, kind of roll to his right a little bit. Nice good arm strength by Jantz, and Chappell coming down with the catch. And there's just nobody around him. They were playing 5 yards off of him.
So first down for Nevada Union. Jantz back again. Throws over here in the flat. Complete to Devin Grimes. The Miners getting a few extra players into the game at this point.
And we've actually seen Grimes playing corner a little bit throughout this year, and now we're seeing him at wide receiver for the Nevada Union offense.
4:39 to go before half, and a 2nd down and 4 for the Miners. Jantz still in the game. Handoff to Jason Slade, and Slade gets hit in the backfield for a loss.
A good job by Valley getting into the backfield and making a play. First time that we've seen this offense go backwards tonight of Nevada Union.
Number 21, Jason Slade, loss of a yard.
So that'll bring up a 3rd down and 6 for the Miners. Inside 4 minutes to go. Back to pass. Slade stays back to block. Throws over. Nice completion. Excellent catch for the Miners.
And a great 12-yard out route by Chappell. He runs his route so hard, it looks like he's going to take you deep. Stops on a dime and turns out. And he's just, the corner has already opened up his hips and is going backwards, expecting him to go deep. And when you see him stop on a dime like that, right into the flat, wide open.
And the officials trying to keep the clock running, even though Chappell went out of bounds on that, the clock continues to run. And Jansen's going to take a timeout.
I didn't like what he saw on that one. Looked like a little bit of confusion as he turned towards the sideline to see what the audible might have been.
Miners move forward for another first down. It'll be 1st and 10, 3:13 to go. Nevada Union on the 14-yard line of Valley. They're already up 28-0 and looking to get the 34th and perhaps 35th points of the game.
This Nevada Union offense has done well tonight, even though they haven't. This has been the longest drive that they've had, actually starting in their own territory at the 20-yard line. But we're seeing a great job by the offense, just moving the ball continuously, play after play after play. And for the Valley defense, they just have no answers for what Nevada Union's doing. You can just clearly tell that they are the more dominant team.
Well, and Dave Humper said we definitely do not want to shoot ourselves in the foot, but how true those words are, because Valley in almost every aspect of the game has really shot themselves in the foot. So with 3:13 to go, Jantz has a man in motion, but he will roll right, and he will look right, and he will throw right, and it'll be a touchdown, Nevada Union. Jason Slade.
No, number 81.
Oh, 81. I thought it was 21. I was going to say, what is...
Jason Hibbert with a great catch. I mean, that was unbelievable. As he was falling down, Hebert makes the catch. A great throw by Brogan, because there was a cornerback right there. Threw it to a low spot, and Hebert went down and got it, which is rather impressive to see, considering that he's 6'4". And going down and getting that ball. Great catch by Hebert.
And the point after touchdown is good. Look at the scoreboard with 3:06 to go before halftime. Nevada Union lengthens their lead to 35-0. And here's the thing that's kind of interesting. In the JV game, at halftime, Nevada Union led 41-0.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing basically the same thing. As we take a look at this replay from that last play, Brogan's going to roll to his right, going to stop and throw. And it's a really good throw, got some good arm strength on this. And Hebert falling down with the cornerback right there makes a great catch. Just a tremendous, tremendous catch with the cornerback coming up over the top, having great focus and concentration to haul that ball in.
Beautiful catch by Jason Hebert there in the corner of the end zone. Knows enough to stay inside that line as he came back for that pass. And for the Miners, a 35-0 lead.
All right, Miner fans, come on up.
So Maloney to kick off again, and Bobbitt and Hartway deep for Valley. High, and this one is deep. And he will bring it out. And some good plus yardage beyond the 25, beyond the 20 to about the 25.
And maybe his leg is getting just slightly tired as that landed on the 1-yard line.
On the return, working his way up to the 22-yard line. Number 2, Andre Bobbitt. Stop by the Miners, number 2, Justin Fight.
2:57 to go here before halftime. Nevada Union out to a 35-0 lead. Stick around for Steve Pilcher, part of our halftime show. So we'll get caught up on all the progress of the fall sports with Steve, the athletic director of Nevada Union. a run over here on the near side by Bobbitt, and maybe he got a little bit of a gain on the play.
Again, good job by Nevada Union's defense, stuffing the run, not letting them get to the outside and around the corner, as about 3 or 4 Miners were able to track them down and make the tackle.
Jorge Ruano comes up injured, but that'll be a 2nd down and 9. 1 yard gain on the play.
And, Tyler Prince in the game now.
Excuse me, 1 yard loss on the play. It'll be 2nd and 11. And the Miners go off sides, as I believe Nick Flores
jumped on that one.
Clock running inside 2 minutes. 2nd down and 6. Man in motion, another bad snap. Bobbitt goes back and gets it, throws it over the middle, and that's a completion. And taken down at about the 48-yard line on a tackle by Eric Niederberger.
And that was Gill, number 10, who took the big hit earlier, getting back in there, running a passing route right over the middle. That's a good job to see that, not being scared and going back over the middle, putting, again, his body on the line with that Nevada Union defense.
So another 1st and 10. Here comes Bobbitt, going right. Miners pursuing well and down for about a 5-yard loss.
Great job by Fike. Take a look at that.
Fike, and let's take a look at that last successful play for the Vikings.
And again, though, that bad snap. And you know what? I just noticed, we'll talk about it after this play, he's going to roll to his right. You know, he throws a floater. I mean, that ball is wobbly, and actually, that was almost picked off, and it looked like Espinoza just barely missed it as Gill was able to haul in the catch. But if you can take a look, Jim, now that we have a good angle, watch how the center picked up the ball. I noticed this on the last play. It was at a different angle. Oh, look, we have a timeout.
Well, and we'll see that. Valley called for a timeout. And
32 seconds left here in the first half.
With the way that their luck has run on this play, it'll be an interception for a touchdown for Nevada Union. I'll tell you, it's has not been Valley's night, but they haven't done much to help themselves either.
No, not at all. With the continuous bad snaps, this is the first time that we've actually seen their offense do something tonight during this drive. But yeah, I mean, it's amazing, again, to talk about the bad snaps. We saw it again on this series, but like I said, I'd like to take a look and see how that center is holding the ball. It looked like he was holding it at a weird angle.
Well, and that definitely will be something that's interesting for us to see. And you see there 35-0. That, let's call it that snap game has just been abysmal tonight for the Valley Vikings.
Oh, it has. I mean, it's put them in 2nd and longs and 3rd and longs the entire night, and we saw it with the punts as well. And each time the Nevada Union has the ball, they've scored on every possession. Again, you see the snap.
Back to pass. Almost throws it right in the hands of Dan Pettinato, and I think he probably wishes that if he had that to do over again, he might have been able to receive that for an interception. So that'll be a 3rd down now and 15.
Again, as we take a look, we actually have a good angle here, and folks at home can see it, hopefully. As you can see the way the center is going to hold the ball. Holds it on its point, which is interesting. Usually it's flat on the ground and they snap it from there.
And a big sack by Nevada Union, and that very well may be, that's a flag on, no, timeout.
Timeout for Valley.
Explain this one for me. On 4th down and 20, they call timeout.
I mean, there's nothing going right for you anyways. You may as well maybe on 4th down go for a long pass, a Hail Mary, something. Again, nothing's gone right tonight for the Valley Vikings. And that was actually Eric Niederberger on that last one, making the sack for Nevada Union. I mean, maybe if you're Valley, you think to yourself, well, let's just throw it up and see what happens. Maybe we'll get something, maybe we won't.
Well, and then that brings up an interesting question. If they do not convert on 4th down and the ball gets turned over to the Miners, Michael, does Dave Humphers go for another touchdown?
You know, I'm not sure. It depends on how much time you have left. You'd like to see maybe one of their trick plays. Who knows if they would like to pull that out and put that on tape. But you never know. They get it back here in this territory of Valley's at the 38-yard line. You might even see Maloney come out there and what would that be? Almost a 50.
Yeah, that would be a good 54-yard attempt.
Yeah. It looks like actually
so they actually called a timeout so they could punt the ball.
Unless it's going to be a fake.
And he kicks it almost backwards.
It was. I think that's going to be a nope.
That will be a negative. That will be a negative 5-yard kick.
Oh, just unfortunate. The special teams tonight for Valley has not done anything for them. So maybe Nevada Union gets a little closer for Connor Maloney to have a chance at a field goal.
Connor's not in yet.
No, I would say they're going to
22.6 to go.
I think they're going to try to move it closer. They have 2 timeouts still. They're going to try to move it closer and set up an easier field goal.
And they're going to start the clock. So that will probably be it for the first half. Well, maybe they'll get in one more play. I think that they will. See what Jantz does here. It's a handoff up the middle and a nice gain on the play, but that's going to do it for the first half on a carry by Dan Agnes. So it is halftime here from Hooper Stadium, and Nevada Union leads 35-0. Michael, just about everything that we expected from Valley and maybe even a little less.
Yeah, it was a good first half by Nevada Union. We didn't see too many penalties, which was good, something that we were looking for tonight. All in all, offensively, defensively, Nevada Union has been completely dominant against this Valley Vikings team.
And so do we expect a fast second half? You'd have to think that this officiating crew is going in at halftime and saying, hey, listen, we got to get this second half over with fairly quickly. It's obvious they don't have a competitive game here.
Yeah, and that's more for Valley. Running clock will keep the score down a little bit lower. For Nevada Union, even if they're going to bring in their second team and all, and their second team is going to be good enough to score on this Valley defense as well. So, I mean, again, both ways. We talk about Nevada Union and their depth. Guys who come in off the bench could easily start for other teams. So I think we're going to see another dominant second half by Nevada Union. And for Valley, they just need to hang in there, continue to play hard, and hope for the best. But yeah, I expect a running clock in the second half.
Kind of an interesting equation for the Miners because the second team in the preseason got a lot of work in. So they are field tested. They're not raw. They know what to do. They've had situations where they've needed big gains from them. They've actually performed well. So it will be interesting to see what Dave Humphers does in the second half, because you know that the second team is going to want to get some yards and they're going to want to get some stats. They're going to want to perhaps get some points on the board.
Yeah,
and so they're not going to play with any less intensity.
No, not at all. They're going to come out. They're going to play hard. And again, for Valley, they just got to come out a little bit more intense. Just keep playing, keep fighting, do the best that you can.
And we have a little chance to watch the cheer routine.
All right, let's give it up for 2009-2010 varsity cheerleader.
We'll be back with more halftime activities after we remind you that you're watching exclusive coverage of Nevada Union football on the Touchdown Productions Sports Network.
Gold and silver are more important as a part of your investment portfolio more now than ever before. There's inflationary pressures. China alone could push the gold price more than double from $1,000 to $2,000 an ounce. Hi, my name is Jason Hommel and welcome to the JH Mint. Here at the JH Mint we have all sorts of gold and silver. We have about 200 ounces of gold. We have about 20,000 ounces of silver or more in stock. We also assay or scrap gold jewelry and placer gold, and we will be here for all of your gold and silver investing needs Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Mike Bratton is the neighbor you can count on for your most important insurance decisions, 24 hours a day.
The first step begins with a phone call. Hi, I'm Mike Bratton, your good neighbor State Farm agent, and I look forward to hearing from you. Since 1984, my team and I have been educating clients and developing long-term relationships through personalized and professional guidance on their insurance programs. We will put you in the driver's seat and strive to enhance each encounter you have with us.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Your car or truck is an extension of your personality. Chuck Cavros knows this, so Top This delivers truck and auto attitude every day with in-store displays featuring thousands of products from WeatherGuard, DZ, Bracket Truck Racks, along with a large selection of aftermarket performance products, all from the top manufacturers. So give your car or truck the attitude it deserves at Top This Truck and Auto Accessories. Purchasing a used car is better for the environment than buying a new one. That's right, the energy it takes to create a new automobile versus one already built is substantial. So when you choose a used vehicle from Keith Kerwin and Todd Slover, you're helping the environment by consuming less energy. At Pioneer Motors, every car is handpicked, Carfax checked, inspected, and detailed. Pioneer Motors, 1611 Main Street in Grass Valley. Bob and Kurt Pinkham have been serving your carpet needs in Grass Valley since 1977. That's over 50 years of experience. Their new 3,500 square foot showroom is stuffed with the latest designs in carpet, vinyl, hardwood, and ceramic tile flooring products from all the top manufacturers. With many products in stock in their huge 3,500 square foot warehouse. It's Bob's Discount Carpet in Grass Valley.
And so here we are back at halftime at Nevada Union, and let's take a few moments to watch the marching band.
All right, your 2009-2010 marching band under the direction of Mr. Ken Carter.
So a Beatles tribute during the halftime show, Hard Day's Night, Hey Jude, and Eleanor Rigsby, 3 of their more popular songs performed by the Nevada Union Marching Band. We'll be back with third quarter action in just a moment after we remind you that you're watching exclusive coverage of Nevada Union Miners football on the Touchdown Productions Sports Network.
You're always close by your neighborhood Ace Hardware in Auburn, located on Highway 49 at Luther Road and locally owned and operated for the past 12 years by Mike Ryan and his family. Neighborhood Ace has teamed up with the buying power of Ace Hardware to bring you the largest selection of products for your home and business. And at Neighborhood Ace, they're always ready to talk about the latest Hillman victory at Neighborhood Ace Hardware.
The Painter family has been taking care of feeding Nevada County families since 1959. And in October, we'll celebrate 50 years of service to you. At both locations of SPD, you'll always find USDA choice beef and a full-service meat department, a complete deli section, produce department, post office, and everything else that makes SPD so special. SPD Markets, hometown proud, where your neighbors shop.
Personal trainer Michael Strong has a new way for you to be healthy. It's getfitright.net, the personal trainer that comes to you. Speed, strength, agility, and stamina can all be increased with regular workouts, and Michael Strong tailors each one to you. So be healthy with the help of Michael Strong and
getfitright.net. Woo!
in Grass Valley. Chan, Moon, and Kirschbaum welcome you to their Grass Valley location. Using OptiMap technology, Chan, Moon, and Kirschbaum offer complete eye examinations and can treat any eye condition. They then fill your prescription and grind your lenses in-house, offering a wide selection of frames and contacts. Chan, Moon, and Kirschbaum, protecting your most precious gift of sight. 360 Sierra College Drive, Grass Valley. The Hauser family reminds you if it's round, rubber, and it rolls, then you're sure to find it at Plaza Tire and Auto Service. From regular car and truck tires to small specialty tires for your trailers and golf carts, you can trust Plaza Tire has the tire for you. They stake their reputations on it every day. Plaza Tire and Auto Service. Auto repair done on your schedule, not theirs, in Penn Valley, Nevada City, and in Colfax.
And by Hanson Brothers Enterprises. Hanson Brothers knows the requirements for a beautiful home. It all begins with a good foundation. And Hanson Brothers specializes in site preparation and the placement of underground utilities and septic systems. Then you add drainage, driveway, paving, and concrete work, and finally finish it with the topsoils and garden enhancements from Hanson Brothers Colfax. It's all at Hanson Brothers Construction, HBE Rentals, and Hanson Brothers Colfax, where no project is too small.
In Touchdown Productions, we are celebrating our 13th season of local sports television. Jim Adams, the voice of Nevada Union football, along with my sidekick, Michael Strong, saying thanks for joining us tonight. And all throughout the football season, be sure and stay tuned after the game as we announce the Bill Slade and Sons Trucking Player of the Game Award created by Award Innovations. Michael and I will select the most deserving Nevada Union player and honor them with the Bill Slade and Sons Trucking Player of the Game plaque. So stay tuned after the game for the Bill Slade and Sons Trucking Player of the Game created by Award Innovations, coming up immediately after this exclusive Nevada Union football telecast. Okay, Michael, let's talk about that for a minute. Here we are at halftime. What players come to mind in this? I know that probably perhaps something different will develop in the second half, but how do you feel about things right now for the player of the game?
I like Duncan Chappell right now. You know, he had that first early drop, and then from then on has played extremely well, has had great catches, and also had the touchdown in the first quarter. That's probably my early lead as far as...
That is not a bad choice.
He's actually already won it once this year.
He would have the edge at halftime from Michael Strong's viewpoint. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. But let's see what the second half will shape up.
Well, and it could be really interesting. Let's see who. You got players who will probably be inserted into this game who are really going to want to. They're going to want to stand out. They're going to work hard. They've worked hard for the plays that they're going to get here in this second half, and they truly want to make the most of them.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So, we could see some definite players emerge here in the second half for Nevada Union, a couple of those second stringers. Get a good look at some of the next year's players that are going to be good as well, some of those juniors that are going to come up through the ranks.
Well, and Dave Humphers is very fortuitous in that he has an opportunity to allow those players to get some good playing time.
Yeah, exactly. So, everybody gets a little work in, and it's good, too, just in case you have injuries to your team. Some of these guys have gotten some playing time in.
And you see Kirby Hopper there sitting on the bench. I would imagine he's going to get some good time in the second half. Kind of an interesting story about Cody Long. He suffered the concussion 2 games ago, came off the field and spent most of the time on the bench. Arguably the best offensive lineman for Nevada Union, or one of the best offensive linemen, and Cody really got his bell rung and came off the field and had a hard time getting readjusted. So began speaking, in fact, with his British accent. So interesting how those things go, Michael.
Yeah, it is, and it's a good thing that he was able to sit out for a couple weeks against teams that Nevada Union necessarily aren't going to have trouble with, as we saw last week, and as well as this week with Valley. So, it in turn helps him. He gets his couple weeks off and the rest that he needs against poor teams, and they can have him back ready to go as they enter further on in league play.
I doubt that we will see Cody anymore tonight. I would think that the coaching staff is going to use him sparingly. One of the worst things that can happen is post-concussion syndrome, and that's when you get a second concussion too soon after the first concussion, and the results of that are often devastating, definitely season-ending, and it takes a long time for the body to readjust. So maybe not so much of Cody Long, but we'll see what happens to the Miners here in the second half. They had 5 possessions in the first, and they scored on 5 possessions. So couldn't ask for much better than that. Brogan Jans has not been called upon to punt, and the interesting part is that Nevada Union will take the kickoff to start the second half.
Just pointing out Gil doing a little bit of dance over there. He is on his way to visit with our camera crew.
Well, Gil's been known to do that before. I haven't mentioned it this season, but Gil and his wife Lynn and I, we have been going through throughout the course of the season. In fact, before that, the Michael Strong workout experience, and there are some days when I just pray when it's over.
You guys, all 3 of you, curl up in a little ball and hold each other.
It's a group experience, definitely. If you haven't gone through the Michael Strong experience and you want some good building, oh my gosh, I'll tell you, you'll love it and you'll hate it.
We do pretty well with the training. Try to set it up, one, to be fun for my clients, but also high intensity, high workout. Really try to push you to your limits.
Definitely does that. I can tell you from firsthand experience. And another 15-yard penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct against Nevada Union here to start off the third quarter.
It's an interesting call.
I've never seen so many penalties like that against Nevada Union in one season before. I mean, normally if you get 2 unsportsmanlike penalties in a season, it's a rarity, but they have been tagged for several this year, and let's see here what happens on the kickoff.
That's too bad. I really wanted to see. Oh, we are going to get a set up.
And the Miners are going to have a chance here.
They're going to go
returning
with the wedge.
Up the middle. Nice gain. Finally taken down on the play, and a good return by Justin Fike.
That was Duncan Chappell.
Oh, Duncan
On
Chappell,
return
I
for
mean.
the Miners, working his way down to the 27-yard line.
They
That's
went with
number
the
9,
double
Duncan
wedge that
Chappell.
time as opposed to the
Stop by number
reverse. Maybe
62,
they just didn't
Chris
have enough
Blakemore.
room to really set up the reverse. But nonetheless, a good return by Chappell. Looked like we had a 36-yard return.
These
From
officials
29.
immediately getting the clock running. And Jantz still in at quarterback. Man in motion, but takes it himself. Fakes the pitch and then dives forward for a 5-yard gain.
5-yard gain on the play, number 11.
Had Dan Agnes over on his left.
I think Nevada Union, they do want to keep their first team in just to still keep a little bit of a rhythm. You don't want to play just 1 or 2 quarters, maybe give them 2.5 quarters before pulling them out, really calling off the dogs. But you don't want to exactly take a week off, and sometimes if you pull them out too early, it messes up the rhythm going into next week.
Slade will take the handoff here, and he'll run for the first down.
A good hard run by Slade right up the middle. Nevada Union's offensive line continuing to open up holes for their running backs.
Quickly the ball at the 42-yard line.
Picking up first down, this number 21, Jason Slade.
Another first and 10.
Nigel Gregory.
And you'd have to think that these officials would like to move along this third and fourth quarter fairly quickly. In motion is Hoskins, but there's a fumble on the play, and that ball will be turned over to Valley.
Looks like it got stuck as if he was going to hand it off, and then it got bumped away and just fell right out. And good for Valley as they get a defensive stop on the first drive, get to start Nevada Union's territory, and maybe this offense can put something together.
Josh Waters with the recovery. Let's watch what happens here.
They're setting up the option again, and it looks like Jantz went to pull it out, and it just sort of slipped out, and Valley able to come up with the recovery.
So, first and 10. Handoff up the middle. Short gain on the play.
Looked like Chad Knight was in on the tackle.
That'll be a second down. Andre Bobbitt in at quarterback. Savon Jones started at QB, but and you see the players here, they're looking at their wrist on almost every play.
Interesting concept that they're going to. He might be audibling at the line.
Bobbitt with a man in motion, and Bobbitt gets flattened, and the ball gets handed off to Andre Anderson.
And just barely got that handoff to the running back, to Anderson, before taking a pretty big hit. I think Bobbitt's taken a few good hits tonight.
Boy, and that was a pretty heavy one right there.
Winiger.
Let's take a look.
Looks like a bit of a high snap. Now he just got hit. Looked like by Connor Cloud on that one.
So
Connor Clower.
Third down, and he gets away, but it then is finally sacked on the play. Bobbitt suffers about a 12-yard loss.
And the sack by Lucas
Sack on the play, number
making another play.
Luca.
So that'll be fourth down, and on that series, through the first 3 plays, they've dropped 11 yards.
I wonder if this is 4-down territory for Valley. Could be going for it on this.
And it looks like they are. So Bobbitt brings them to the line of scrimmage. Back to pass. Throws long downfield. Minor defenders are there, but fortunately he doesn't make the interception, and it falls incomplete.
Incomplete pass. Ball was intended for number 89.
Valley actually looks a little bit upbeat here in the second half after that fumble recovery. Taking a chance downfield, just overthrew his receiver by a few yards, and Fike had a chance to come up with that. Even though he intercepts it, they're down that way. You know he wants that interception anyways. Even
well,
if
that's the thing. Obviously, he was upset that he didn't get to the ball. From the Miners' cause, better that he didn't, because they'll take up shot at their own 42-yard line. Man in motion, gives it to the first man through.
A good job by the Valley defense picking up Slade as he came through, and held him to a 3-yard gain.
Third quarter moving right along, 7:15 to go, 35-0 Nevada Union. So that will be a 2nd down and 7. Option, pitch. Nice gain, up the left side, big gain. Dan Agnes taken down at the 7-yard line.
A great move by Agnes at the end, and actually got a good block by 81 Jason Hebert, and that was able to allow him to continue that run. But Agnes, a great run at the end as he sidestepped before getting knocked out of bounds by Fadeu.
And they're trying to get the clock started. Finally they do here. So the 7-yard line, 1st and goal, has Slade right behind him. Man in motion. That'll be Hoskin. And he goes down close to the goal line at probably about the 2. And so that'll bring up a 2nd down and goal. Mark it at the 3.
On carry for the Miners, number 5, Drew Hoskin. Working his way down to the 3-yard line. Brings up 2nd goal, Miners.
So 2nd and goal for Nevada Union. Hoskin again. And the Miners get close to the goal line. Did that look like a broken play?
Well, it was interesting. He was trying to hand it off to Slade, and Brogan actually got caught up into the play as they hit Slade, and then hit Brogan. Looked like he got hit and just sort of went down with him.
So a 3rd and goal. Ball now inside the 1-yard line. You wonder if he'll just hand it to Slade and let him bang up the middle for 6.
And they also have Niederberger in the backfield.
Handoff, 2nd man through over on the right side, and that's a touchdown, Miners.
I believe that was Eric Niederberger with the touchdown. And just power against power as Nevada Union went right up against that Valley defensive line, pushed them straight back, and Niederberger able to go right in. And Nevada Union, who scores once again.
You know, and I don't understand the officials. That there was an offsides there, and they've been doing the same thing all night, and that's the first time they've called it, and I think they called it because they had to.
Got some great deals going on in the snack shack at the east end of the stadium. Hot dogs, 2 for $1, pizza for $1. Take it home.
So let's see what happens here. At offsides, they started to call illegal motion. They finally got it right as an offsides. It was declined by Nevada Union, so Maloney will just take another shot at it, and he gets it up. It is high, and it is good. So look at the scoreboard with 5:26 to go in the 3rd quarter. Nevada Union goes out to a 42-0 lead. And let's take a look at a couple of plays from that drive, Michael.
Well, first here we're going to show you the option play. Just going to come around the left-hand side. Brogan's going to read the outside linebacker, pitches it out to Agnes. And again, you see the good block right there by Hebert, which allows Agnes to really get around that corner. And right here, watch this sidestep right here. A little dance for you. Just let them go right by you before getting pushed out of bounds.
So back to live action. Connor Maloney about ready to kick off for his 8th time tonight. And so the Miners now take it to 42-0.
Here we go,
And
on your feet.
back deep is Bobbitt and Hardaway. See if there is a return.
Hartway.
High and deep, and that will be Bobbitt. Bobbitt brings it out, but he's going to be taken down just outside the 10-yard line. And now let's take a look at that touchdown that capped the Miners' drive.
It's just going to be a dive play to Niederberger on the right-hand side, and he's just going to get easy access as Valley defense was just pushed back. And a good kickoff coverage by Nevada Union, allowing only 11-yard run back by Bobbitt.
And that takes Valley to a 1st and 10 at the, looks like the 13-yard line. A little bit of confusion. And Bobbitt takes it left, and the ball is marked down even though it came out. The ground caused the fumble.
A good job by Chad Knight blowing up the backfield and getting to Bobbitt and bringing him down for a 5-yard loss.
Takes it from the 13 to the 8. And if it weren't for the penalties that have been called against Nevada Union, I wonder whether there would be any plus yardage for this Valley Vikings team tonight.
And number 46, Bryce Bowman, in at corner for Nevada Union.
Back to pass. Being chased. Gets out of the end zone. Almost goes back in, and then...
Yeah, it's going to be intentional grounding.
And they're going to call it intentional grounding. He was just outside of the end zone.
And Cody Winthall giving chase to Bobbitt on that one, getting good pressure in the face. And Bobbitt got rid of it quickly, but unfortunately going to be intentional grounding, and they're going to lose a loss of downs.
Well, they give him a generous spot at about the 5. And no, now they're going to, well, let's see. Now they're going to take it to the 3. So that's a loss of downs. That'll bring up a 3rd down now. And the marker on the far side of the field is incorrect. They've still got it 2nd down, and the far line judge has not realigned the marker there. So 3rd down, let's see what the Miners come with on this 3rd down play. And some confusion. And so I guess maybe we're ready to go. See what the Miners can do here. Back to pass. Gets away from the rush, throws downfield, and of course they're going to call interference against the Miners on that one. Back for a touchdown, but that'll be called back. Another happy foul against Nevada Union there, as the Miners are fighting for the ball, but even though it was 4 Miners on the 1 Valley Viking, the officials are going to call that.
Poor Chris Beertumple tonight, 2 touchdowns that he's had called back because of penalties. He could have been our player of the game if it wasn't for those penalties.
At times, looking like a powder puff game, where if the Miners even touch one of the Valley players, they've gotten the flags. It has been that way largely throughout the season, and I don't know whether Dave Humphers is going to be able to address that through Steve Pilcher or through Marty Matheson, the principal, but the Miners have suffered some brutal fouls at the hands of the officials this season, and although Humphers is never the type of man who, will complain about that, the fact of the matter still remains that the Miners receive very little officiating favoritism, and some flags this year thrown against some players and some coaches that quite frankly have been startling. Back to pass, throws it right over here to Fanau, but nice tackle, very well done by Nevada Union.
was number 44, Michael Page, coming up and making a good hit on Finney, taking on their biggest player.
And so less than 2.5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Moving right along from Hooper Stadium. Jim Adams, Michael Strong. Miners in front 42-0. We expected it to be a blowout, and it has lived up to expectation. Back to pass throws. That's a completion. A flag comes in now. And let's see who this flag is going to be against. Will it be, and there's another foul now that's called. That one will probably be against Nevada Union.
No, I think that one's actually going to be against Valley, number 52, with a late hit. Josh Waters came in on a late hit.
So let's see what the first one was. Very few fouls called against, very few flags against Valley tonight. And let's see what this one will be. And strangely enough, it looks like it might be against Valley. One of their very first penalties of the night. And so that'll bring up a second down and about 20. Inside a minute and a half to go. Throws over here, could be intercepted, but goes right through the hands of number 53 for Nevada Union, Blake Smith.
Blake Smith had a golden opportunity to take that back for a pick six.
He's going to dream of that. That'll be a nightmare tonight.
He is going to be thinking about that. Man, I could have had that pick six.
I should have had that one. How did that go through my hands?
Exactly. Not very often that a defensive player gets the opportunity to score a touchdown, and you know that's exactly what he was thinking as that ball flew his way.
And Valley takes a timeout. So with 1:01 to go and a third down and about 17, Valley takes a timeout. And let's take a look at that again.
That's going to be a little hitch route, and Smith is going to jump it. As you're going to see here, a pretty terrible throw. Oh, just right through his hands. And he might have been looking before he actually had the ball secured.
I think that he could see 6 points.
Oh, he could definitely 6 points. I saw 6 points when the ball was thrown.
He could taste that. But now it'll be interesting to see what Valley does. They've stopped the clock with 1 minute and 1 second, and there is Coach Brad Delbon, the defensive coach for Nevada Union. Been with the Miners a good number of years. Very soft-spoken, very good guy. One of the people who was mysteriously called for a personal foul, his first one since he has coached football, and it kind of goes back to some of the things that we've been saying about the officiating this year. He went to ask a question of one of the officials, and that evoked the flag. And I've had the opportunity to officiate a different sport for many years, and if you're thin-skinned, Michael, you best not take up officiating.
No, not at all. I mean, the officiating is one of the hardest jobs to do, and it's not just making split timing calls, but it's dealing with the aftermath of your calls as well. You got to be able to work with the coaches too. You got to let them give a little bit, let them talk a little bit before you throw the flag immediately.
Third down. Back to pass, retreats almost to the end zone, throws it up there, and then comes back and makes the catch. So a nice reception by Robbie Agnew for the Valley Vikings.
And that Blake Smith just didn't know where the ball was as that ball was thrown. And was that Agnes? Was it? Or Agnew was able to come back to the ball and make a play.
39 seconds left to go. Third quarter.
And so the Miners, a very good lesson there for Smith, and that's how he's going to get better as the second team is here on defense. Back to pass over the middle and incomplete.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been surprised there. I mean, Michael Page had a possible opportunity to make an interception, but he went in for the hit. He wanted himself a little something of that receiver of Valley, and I tell you what, he was aiming. He said, "Forget the interception. I want to hit somebody."
And you know, if you'd touched him, there would have been another penalty flag.
It would have.
So, you know, here's how fast we're moving tonight. We had a 7:30 start. We are at 9:12 tonight. And Nevada Union and the Valley Vikings have played 3 quarters. So we have 3 quarters in the books here from Hooper Stadium. 4th quarter upcoming. Miners lead 42-0. And it has kind of gone down into a little bit of a scrimmage, huh, Michael?
Yeah, I would say so. We're getting a good look at Nevada Union's second team, who's actually playing decently well right now. And when they get the ball back, we'll also get to see the second team for the offense take the field with Kraus at the helm, who's a junior defensive back for Nevada Union.
Well, you know, and Smith missed that coverage, but you know what? That's a learning experience for him. Some people might say, well, how could they if they can complete a pass against Nevada Union, anybody could, but in that situation, you got a second stringer in there. I'm sure that was a good learning experience for him.
Yeah, and you know, and that's something that actually happens a lot is when the defensive player loses the ball in the air. The offensive player, that's all he's doing. He's looking at the ball. On defense, you're looking at your receiver, and then you're trying to find the ball at the same time. And that was just a situation where he wasn't looking for the ball and kept running as the receiver was able to stop and come back to it.
Will be interesting to see in this 4th quarter what the Miners bring offensively, whether we've seen the last of Brogan Jantz tonight, and some people have said, you know, Michael, you talked about how his statistics are, what'd you say, 6th in the section?
Yeah, definitely. He's
and, you know,
performed rather well, which is,
he hasn't played many 4th quarters either.
No, not at all. In past years, you haven't seen necessarily be a quarterback from Nevada Union be ranked that high with how well they do with running the ball.
So 2nd and 12. Passes it over the middle, but that's going to be a loss.
A little bubble screen that Valley has ran quite often tonight, and Nevada Union doing a good job of shutting it down.
On reception number 10, Grinder Gill.
And Grinder Gill, who took a real hard hit earlier, gets that reception. So a 3rd down and long. Certainly a passing down in the shotgun. A lot of time to throw. Throws way down the middle and intercepted.
That's Jeremy Gonzalez, the junior defensive back, coming up with the pick. And finally we got to see the interception from Nevada Union, as we had that one by Beer Temple called back, and Smith missed the one out of his hands. And now we get to see some of the up-and-coming juniors for the Nevada Union offense who will look to take over next year.
And we noticed that Brogan Jantz is on the sidelines here for the first offensive play for Nevada Union of the 4th quarter. And there's some questions. Looks like Brock Kraus will come in at quarterback. And a late substitution is Blake Smith. Kraus back in the shotgun. He'll pass. Throws over. Complete. Close to a 1st down. Maybe a little bit short to Jason Hebert. And here the Miners get an interception here tonight, Michael.
Well, this is definitely perfect coverage by Gonzalez, as you can see, running with his receiver. And he's going to go up at the highest point possible and come up with that interception. He gave the receiver, basically boxed out the receiver as he went up for the ball.
So 2nd down and 2. Man in motion, gives it off to Jake Tilley, and Jake takes it for a 1st down.
Seeing this, the second team of Nevada Union continuing where the first team left off. moving the ball nicely down the field. And that was a great, on that last play, great pass by Kraus to Hebert on the play before last, and then Tilly coming up with the first down.
Stay tuned after the game as we present the Nevada Union Player of the Game by Bill Slade and Sons Trucking. And this one's going to come this side. Needs to get one block. Gets the block. Cuts outside and gets to about the 25-yard line. Now, there was pretty much a helmet-to-helmet hit, but I didn't see a flag on that one.
Well, I don't think you can call a helmet-to-helmet hit on the offensive player who bowls over the defensive player, but a great job by Nevada Union going with the fake, and the Valley defense completely bit on the fake as Kraus had a good block by who was that Zach Vallejo lead blocking for him.
And let's take a look at this one.
As you can see, good fake. Valley's defense is going to go with him to the right. He's going to pull the ball out for a quarterback sneak.
Vallejo does a good job on his block right there.
Yeah, walls him off.
And here goes the Miners. Back to some live action. And there he's finally taken down. 38-yard run for Zach Vallejo. And the Miners are just outside the 10. It'll be a 1st and 10. 8 minutes, 10 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. Miners in command, 42-0. And Brock Kraus having an opportunity to get in a quarter of quarterbacking for the Miners. Man in motion. Gives it to Tilly. Tilly is taken down for a little bit of a loss.
And not a good job by Nevada Union of cracking down on the outside linebacker, as it looked like Marte Greer came right up the field and was right there waiting for Tilly as he came to him.
So a 2nd and 10. Devin Grimes checking in. And gets the ball off. A decent gain on the play to Zach Vallejo.
That was a bit of a dangerous pitch by Kraus getting into Vallejo as he was taking some heavy pressure.
On tackle number 50, Nigel Gregory.
And so that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 11.
3rd and 11.
Miners can pick up a 1st down at about the 1-yard line. Two receivers far side, one in motion, and then the ball gets tipped forward, and believe it or not, the Miners get a short gain, goes off of Kraus's hands, and ricochets back towards the line of scrimmage. And it looks like Vallejo again, probably not the intended ball carrier. Miners inside the 10 at the 9, where it'll be 4th down, and will we see Connor Maloney?
Looks like Nevada Union thinking about it over here on the sideline.
And let's take a look at that one.
Yeah, and actually, Vallejo had actually tipped his hands. It almost looked like it was a direct snap to him, maybe.
And so Miner's going to go for it on 4th down. Breaks in, needs to get to the 1, and I don't think that he made it.
Had one-on-one with the corner, and the corner did a great job of taking Kraus on and making the tackle at looked like the 2-yard line.
Well, let's take a look. They may have to measure on this one.
Oh, they did have an opportunity for a 1st down, Nevada Union did.
Yes, they did. But and they're marking it as a 1st down, but I think that the officials, one way or another, it's going to be a 1st down, and it is 1st down for Valley. They are short. So with 5:43 to go, the Miners drive stalls on the 2-yard line, 1 yard short of a 1st down, and they will take it up defensively again, trying to get the clock started. So it'll be 1st down, and one thing we haven't seen tonight is a safety. Runs up to the line of scrimmage. and gets a few yards. 5.5 minutes to go.
I think Valley's seeing the same thing, fearing that safety a little bit, just a simple quarterback sneak to get a little bit more yardage and a little bit more space.
42-0, Nevada Union.
As we, again, something we talked about earlier with the bad snaps of Valley, we talked about the way the center holds the ball, as we can get a good look here. See, holds it by the point. Very interesting. You don't see many teams at all who do that.
Puts it up for grabs, and he should catch it, and he does. Poor coverage by Nevada Union. And now streaking down the sideline. And this may be a Valley touchdown. And knocked out of bounds, firmly hit by Eric Niederberger. And a big gain on the play.
And Robbie Agnew, that's his second big catch that he's had here in the second half for the Valley Vikings. And Eric Niederberger doing a great job of not giving up on the play and tracked him down, knocked him out of bounds. But again, Nevada Union, the defensive backs not turning around and finding the ball, and Agnew doing a good job of coming back to it and making a good catch. And he just got up the sideline, showed a little bit of speed.
And so a first and goal right at the 10-yard line. This will be a first and goal. Inside of 4.5 minutes to go in this game. Snapped back, throws, incomplete. And a flag comes in on the play.
We take a look, thrown from his end zone. This ends up being a huge gain. See, just going up for the ball. And then breaks a tackle. And then here's where we're going to show you a little bit of the speed as he gets up the sideline. But look at Niederberger just hustling down. Going to give him a good hit and get him out of bounds. See, forget pushing him. He wants to hit him.
Well, there was a penalty against Nevada Union. It'll be halfway to the goal, and it will repeat a first down. Valley looking to score here, a first and goal from the 5, but a loss of like about 2 yards.
A bobbled snap as Eric Niederberger came blitzing right up the middle, making the tackle on Bobbitt.
And Niederberger looks like he's enjoying his time in right now.
And you know they still have Petnado and Knight and Niederberger out there, which is a little surprising. Wonder if they want to keep the shutout that they have going. Maybe
second and goal. And again a loss. Miners will let go of him. Miners have only given up a stingy 98 points on the season, not wanting to give up over the century mark.
And a good job by Bodie Weingar and Connor Clower making the stops for Nevada Union.
And so an efficient game for Nevada Union tonight. 7:30 start. We're less than 2 hours into the game, and we are close with 2.5 minutes to go. So third and goal now. Bobbitt is back, but he's hit blindsided, and down he goes. Leading the charge, Eric Niederberger. And this has been the Niederberger series.
Yeah, he's made all the tackles tonight. A good sack for Eric Niederberger as he just came up on a blitz again. And Bobbitt just had no time whatsoever to even throw it up in the air at all. I mean, Eric Niederberger was on him so fast.
So that'll bring up a fourth down. And so this will be a fourth down. Last chance here. Back to pass. Heavy rush over the middle. Batted away and incomplete. So they will turn over on downs to Nevada Union. And at least for the moment, the shutout is preserved. The clock continues to run. We are inside 1.5 minutes. And so next week we'll be on the road at Franklin. It'll be a Saturday night contest. rather than a Friday night contest. We're looking forward to bringing you that game. Franklin, always a good opponent, considered by some to be one of the Miners' best rivals here in the Delta Valley League. And we will be bringing you all of the action live from somewhere near that high school next week. Consumnes Oaks High School, Gil reminds me. Right side and thrown out of bounds. And we are all set to take our production team there next week. And also next week, Placer versus Bear River. So that will be an exciting contest. Marty Mortensen, Paul Brown to bring you all of the action. And Miners probably have one play left offensively. This probably will do it. Over center. Handoff. Left side. Rumbling will need to get through some players, and not able to do it is Jake Tilley. But Jake takes it to the 35-yard line, and that is going to do it. So on this night, Nevada Union wins 42-0. Michael Strong, the player of the game.
You know, tonight I'm going to do it a little differently. I am going to say, I'm going to give it to Jason Hebert. Had a great block that sprung Agnes. Had a couple of good catches. Had the great touchdown catch here in the end zone. And I think, you want to give it to somebody who does a little bit of everything. Good blocking, good catches, made the touchdown catch. That was an incredible catch. So I'm going to say tonight, Jason Hebert.
I think that's an excellent selection. Jason played a real strong game. And
number 81.
Hebert, number 81, with a strong contest tonight. He'll probably be happy to hear that.
Yep.
So the Miners prevail here. Lopsided game. We said that we said it to be about a 40-point win, and indeed it was. You've been watching exclusive coverage of Nevada Union Miner football. We'll have a wrap-up in just a moment.
Gold and silver are more important as a part of your investment portfolio more now than ever before. There's inflationary pressures. China alone could push the gold price more than double from $1,000 to $2,000 an ounce. Hi, my name is Jason Hommel, and welcome to the JH Mint. Here at the JH Mint, we have all sorts of gold and silver. We have about 200 ounces of gold. We have about 20,000 ounces of silver or more in stock. We also assay or scrap gold jewelry and placer gold, and we will be here for all of your gold and silver investing needs Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Mike Bratton is the neighbor you can count on for your most important insurance decisions, 24 hours a day.
The first step begins with a phone call. Hi, I'm Mike Bratton, your good neighbor State Farm agent, and I look forward to hearing from you. Since 1984, my team and I have been educating clients and developing long-term relationships through personalized and professional guidance on their insurance programs. We will put you in the driver's seat and strive to enhance each encounter you have with us.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Your car or truck is an extension of your personality. Chuck Cavros knows this, so Top This delivers truck and auto attitude every day with in-store displays featuring thousands of products from WeatherGuard, DZ, bracket truck racks, along with a large selection of aftermarket performance products, all from the top manufacturers. So give your car or truck the attitude it deserves at Top This Truck and Auto Accessories. Purchasing a used car is better for the environment than buying a new one. That's right, the energy it takes to create a new automobile versus one already built is substantial. So when you choose a used vehicle from Keith Kerwin and Todd Slover, you're helping the environment by consuming less energy. At Pioneer Motors, every car is hand-picked, Carfax checked, inspected, and detailed. Pioneer Motors, 1611 Main Street in Grass Valley. Bob and Kurt Pinkham have been serving your carpet needs in Grass Valley since 1977. That's over 50 years of experience. Their new 3,500 square foot showroom is stuffed with the latest designs in carpet, vinyl, hardwood, and ceramic tile flooring products from all the top manufacturers. With many products in stock in their huge 3,500 square foot warehouse. It's Bob's Discount Carpet in Grass Valley.
So it's the Miners tonight, 42-0. Our Bill Sladen Sons trucking player of the game, number 81, Jason Hebert. Produced by Award Innovations. There you see the Miners in their post-game tradition. And we'll be back with our final comments after we...
Well, Jimmy, we are going to continue to talk a little bit about Jason Hebert tonight. And again, a couple of good plays that he had. Had the little out route in the end zone where the corner had great coverage on him. And made a nice little sliding catch as Brogan Chance was able to get it to him. Talked about that nice block that he had to really help Agnes get around the corner on that option play, and it ended up being a huge run. He also had a couple other catches in the night. Overall, though, Jason Hebert had a great game.
You know, with the goals that Dave Humphers had in mind, will he look back upon this as the effort that he expected, or will there be areas in which he's disappointed?
I think there's always areas that you can find to improve. You never want to settle. I mean, yeah, you know, they did get the blowout win, but you could always find things to improve on. And what Coach Humphers talks about is you want to peak at the end of the season. You know, they're just building. They're building. Each game that goes by, you want to get better and better. This isn't at a point that you want to peak midway through the season, though. You want to peak on your last game when you're playing in that section championship. So there's definitely going to be areas to improve on that they'll be able to get. They're not going to get much on the film. As far as, you know, good and bad, you'll definitely see a lot more good. But there'll be certain areas that they'll get to see and work on a little bit.
And so you're watching exclusive coverage of Nevada Union football on the Touchdown Production Sports Network, where we'll wrap it up in just a moment.
You're always close by your neighborhood Ace Hardware in Auburn, located on Highway 49 at Luther Road, and locally owned and operated for the past 12 years by Mike Ryan and his family. Neighborhood Ace has teamed up with the buying power of Ace Hardware to bring you the largest selection of products for your home and business. And at Neighborhood Ace, they're always ready to talk about the latest Hillman victory at Neighborhood Ace Hardware.
The Painter family has been taking care of feeding Nevada County families since 1959, and in October we'll celebrate 50 years of service to you. At both locations of SPD, you'll always find USDA choice beef and a full-service meat department, a complete deli section, produce department, post office, and everything else that makes SPD so special. SPD Markets, hometown proud, where your neighbors shop.
Personal trainer Michael Strong has a new way for you to be healthy. It's getfitright.net, the personal trainer that comes to you. Speed, strength, agility, and stamina can all be increased with regular workouts, and Michael Strong tailors each one to you. So be healthy with the help of Michael Strong and
getfitright.net. Woo!
in Grass Valley. Chan, Moon, and Kirschbaum welcome you to their Grass Valley location. Using OptiMap technology, Chan, Moon, and Kirschbaum offer complete eye examinations and can treat any eye condition. They then fill your prescription and grind your lenses in-house, offering a wide selection of frames and contacts. Chan, Moon, and Kirschbaum, protecting your most precious gift of sight. 360 Sierra College Drive, Grass Valley. The Hauser family reminds you if it's round, rubber, and it rolls, then you're sure to find it at Plaza Tire and Auto Service. From regular car and truck tires to small specialty tires for your trailers and golf carts, you can trust Plaza Tire has the tire for you. They stake their reputations on it every day. Plaza Tire and Auto Service. Auto repair done on your schedule, not theirs, in Penn Valley, Nevada City, and in Colfax.
And, of course, by Hanson Brothers Enterprises. At Hanson Brothers Enterprises and HB Reynolds, their goals are simple, Michael. They provide rock and sand products, ready-mix concrete, construction services, and rental equipment to their customers while providing safe, stable jobs for their employees, thereby ensuring Hanson Brothers Enterprises will continue as a contributor to the community at Hanson Brothers Enterprises, part of the fabric of Nevada County. And, of course, by Touchdown Productions, we are now in our 13th season of presenting only the best local sports television. Jim Adams, Michael Strong saying thanks for tuning in, and Remember to join us next time as we present 2 more great football games. Up first on Saturday, join Paul Brown and Marty Mortensen as we travel back up Highway 49 to J. David Ramsey Stadium. The Bruins will take on the Placer-Hillman. It's a key PVL matchup. Then on Sunday, tune in to Michael and me as the NU Miners take it on the road for a DVL contest against the Franklin Wildcats. It's 2 more great football games produced by Touchdown Productions, now seen streaming all over the world at www.nevadacountytv.org. Just click on Watch TV Now and On Demand for your next broadcast of the NorCal Game of the Week. Our executive producer tonight, Gilbert M. Dominguez. Remote coordinator and director, Sean Kashevsky. Titles and replay by Lynn Dominguez. Announcers Jim Adams and Michael Strong. Michael, always a pleasure to work with you.
As is with you.
Camera operators Anthony Stewart, Danny Goodnow, and Cayman Hodges. Office manager and photographer Lynn Dominguez. Technical engineer Paula Mikowski. Remote facilities brought to you by Commander 2 and the Commander News Maintenance by Plaza Tire and Auto Service. Touchdown Sportswear by DK InStitches. What's your sign? Player of the Game Award by Touchdown Productions, Award Innovations, Bill Slade and Sons Trucking. Touchdown Accounting by Cinto Graciano LLP and Diane's Bookkeeping. You can always write us at Dill@touchdownproductions.com. We appreciate your comments. So for Michael Strong, Dill Dominguez, and the entire Touchdown Productions team, this is Jim Adams reminding you that you have been watching exclusive coverage of Nevada Union Miner football on the Touchdown Productions Sports Network. Good night, everybody.